2, 1. More back here at Soul Bowls. Jim Sanders with Mike Strickland. And Michael, we're ready to get this game started. UT will receive the opening kickoff. Back deep for the Panthers, we have number 29, DJ Williams, and number 6, that's JJ Brokaw. Gomer's going to kick off for Sterling. So the quarterback is going to do the kicking. A 1-hopper, 2-hopper, fielded by Brokaw. At about the 15 to the 20, 25, got a shot to get through and has made a nice tackle there at about the 32-yard line. Brokaw gives UT excellent field position.
Jeff Van Horten in on tackle there as he gets across about the 34-yard line. UT opens up with some real nice field position there, Coach. But let's see, first rip to see each defense and offense here and see who's going to be fired up and pushing
Better
around.
believe it. Well, you predicted early, when we weren't on the air, you predicted UT should run the ball up the middle. Let's see what happens. Cercione at quarterback, Turner up the middle. A good hard run up the middle, and boy, I tell you, Sterling was there on that one.
Well, there was a host of Sterling tacklers there. Looks like number 55 was the last one up off the pile, Jeff Waltzer. He's the middle linebacker, so they're going to have to play tight in the middle there if they really want to stop United Township tonight.
Well, and that'll play into UT's hand a little bit because of the variety of plays, the wing T stuff, the outside stuff, the play action passes, and we'll see how UT does this coming in. UT's running a little bit of an end-over look here, unbalanced. Pitch to Lejeune. Lejeune on the carry, breaks it to the outside, has room to run near the first down marker, short by about a couple yards, and the Panthers run a little end-over. We talked about that with Moline here a couple weeks ago, but at the end of the line for UT is number 76, and he is that's Pruitt, I think, Chris Pruitt, and he ends up being the end in that formation.
Well, that gives you a real big line on one side there. You put an extra lineman in at your end. But
and also you got 76, you got Pruitt as a tackle, offensive tackle is actually an end, so we'll see what happens. Third down, 3rd and 2 for the Panthers, balanced line, double wing. Fullback on the straight dive. Oh, a nice hole up inside. Turner rambles across the 45-yard line to about the 47 and picks up the initial first down of the ball game.
Well, that was a real good run by Monty Turner, and it was a pretty good stop by Cam Dempsey and Jeff Van Holten. The safeties were in on tackle there.
Well, Edmonds runs a play in for UT. That UT line starting again tonight. Adam Cartons at center, Freeman and Smolinski at the guards, Brooks, Schleter at the tackles, Schroeder, Seals at the end, Cercione at quarterback, Turner the fullback, Ernie Jack at tailback, and Brian Lejeune. Turner up the middle again. Nothing real fancy, Mike, but just good straight-ahead football right now from UT.
It looks like they're trying to establish their running game as usual, Coach. This is probably the 3rd or 4th time we've seen United Township, and they like to establish that fullback and then go to breaking variations off of him.
Well, coming into the ball game with the play from Coach Tracy is Brian Seals, number 84, carries the play in. And again, the Panthers are rotating wide receivers, getting plays in the ball game. Carton brings the Panthers out. Edmonds, a wide receiver to the near side. Again, double wing from the Panthers. Lejeune in motion, sweep. Lejeune, Turner makes a decent block out there, but boy, that young man came off that block in a real big hurry, Mike.
Well, that was number 24 for Sterling, Steve Ledman, who made the tackle there.
That's a good play. That was a good play. Because Turner had a good block going on him, and boy, he got rid of him and stepped up inside, and Lejeune ran right into that play. So 3rd and 3 again. The Panthers have been faced with 2 third down situations. Was 3rd and about 2 last time. We're going to call this 3rd and 4. This time, the ball located at the Sterling 47-yard line. Speed option. Cercione on a carry and a nice run and first down. Breaks it across the 40 and about the 39-yard line, we'll call that, Mike.
Well, that was a pretty good run by Cercione and the tackle by Jeff Van Horten. It looks like UT is just trying to test and move the ball here up and down the field, see what's going to work, trying to feel their way out this first series.
And you have to do that. Obviously, both teams have scouted each other, and they've got a decent look at the film the scouts have brought back. But it's still a process where you go man-to-man out there on the field. And it'll be a while before this thing sorts itself out. We'll take a look at Sterling's defense, and they're running a 50 front, but I'm trying to figure out whether they're running a 53 or what. But it looks like a 50. We'll call it a 52. Fullback inside. Turner on a good run. He could go. Monty Turner at the 25-20, 15-10. Turner to about the 2-yard line on a run right up the middle for the UT Panthers.
Alex Barrages, number 32, with the touchdown saving tackle there on Turner.
Well, big, in a game of momentum like this, obviously this first drive is huge for both teams, and right now the Panthers ripping off big gains, converted on 2 third-down situations, then the long run by Monty Turner puts that ball, we're going to call that ball at the 3-yard line. First and goal at the 3 for UT.
East Moline with a first and goal. They mark it at the 3.
Panthers look real sharp tonight. This is as quick a start as UT has had here in quite some time. Fullback Monty Turner stuffed at the line of scrimmage, might not have got back to the line of scrimmage, and the officials are going to mark it at the 2. So forward progress brings the ball to the 2-yard line.
Well, it looked like Sterling had the slant on in there, Coach, and the 2 nose guards on the inside there went inside, and the linebacker filled the hole. There was no place for Monty Turner to go.
Well, now the chess game begins. We're going to load you up inside. Are you going to run off tackle? Or are you going to be real stubborn? You're going to run it back in there again and hope you win, maybe you slant somebody to the outside. We'll see. But that Panther line, again, doing an excellent job coming off the football.
Out of a double wing set.
Double ball. Boot, pass, keeper. Cercione for 6. On the play, and there's a bootleg action, no receivers out, so it was a quarterback keeper all the way. After the fake to Turner, and Paul Cercione, the junior quarterback, scores the first 6 points of the ball game.
Well, that was an excellent drive there by United Township. For their first series, they came out and they established their dominance, and they moved right down the field and put 6 on the board.
Beautiful job, beautiful job. In for UT, number 15 is Miguel Puentes, the 5'7", 137-pound junior. To kick, Miles Edmonds to hold. Good snap, the hold is good, the kick is up, and the kick is no good, wide left. Puentes' kick goes wide left, and the Panthers are stuck on 6, but lead here with 7 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. UT leads 6-0, and the Panther fans are up and cheering, Mike.
Right on. It's exciting to see United Township come out, and they're obviously fired up for this ball game, and everybody's playing like this is the playoffs already, Coach. I'm very happy that the last couple weeks I got to see some really good football.
Boy, you have. And I'll tell you what, you get a situation like we have here where you get the playoff fever going. And I think we all agree that if UT wins or loses, they're going to be in the playoffs. But you go into that playoffs with a big win, that's going to make a world of difference. Of course, the pressure's now on Sterling. Not only do they have to win the ball game, but they got to answer back offensively. So we'll see. But Coach Tracy and his staff done another beautiful job of getting his kids ready to play this football game.
That is true, and it looks like they're all fired up and hitting on all cylinders right here in the early going in this game.
Well, UT will kick off, and J.J. Brokaw, the 5'10", 175-pound senior, will do the kicking. He plays defensive secondary. He'll carry the ball once in a while. An outstanding player. Nice kick down the field. The ball is picked up front there by Lopez on the carry. Gets it across the 30-yard line. They're going to mark it about the 34-yard line, and the Golden Warriors will take over 1st and 10.
Well, that's very similar position for the ball as United Township had on their first drive. So let's see what Sterling can do with this opening drive for their offense.
You bet. Well, Sterling quickly on the field, now the huddle. Both teams are going to be quick coming out. Wide receiver coming out here is Patak, Ryan Patak, wide receiver to the near side. Quarterback keeper, man in the flat, little bit overthrown. The throw that time to Juan Monarez, the 6', 175-pound senior from Gomer, and he just overthrew him just a little bit, Mike.
Well, I'm sure he'd love to have that ball back because that flat was wide open, Coach. The nearest man was probably 10 yards downfield, and there was a blocker there also. That could have been a very big play for Sterling.
Well, we'll take a look and see how the Panthers are going to align to the pro set that Sterling's going to throw at UT. Spread you out. Run up the middle, a lot of I formation. This time it's an offset I. Monarez over the right guard, between the right guard, right tackle. Barrages is up the middle on a carry on a second down, 2nd and 10. Picks up about 4 yards. And it'll be, let's call it 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Dustin Smolinski in on the tackle there. Coach, it looks like they're going to run a variation of the 4-3 here on defense. 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and then have your rainbow of 4 secondary people going across the field there.
Well, and I think that helps against this, more of a diversified attack than maybe we'd see generally in the Western Big Six, which has become run, which we don't mind that at all. Pro set by the Golden Warriors. Straight drop back pass. Going to go deep. Nice throw. Oh, the Panthers there, though, with double coverage that time. The receiver that time for Sterling, I think was Steve Lendman that time, but the pass went incomplete and 3 and out for UT's defense.
Well, that was Miles Edmonds and Brian Lejeune in there on the coverage there. But it also looked like UT switching up their defense a little bit. That was a 5-2 there, and I saw a couple of linemen got through kind of easy.
Yes, they sure did. They sure did. Well, Gomer to punt the ball. Panthers come with some pressure. Nice punt. Line drive. Brokaw lets it roll. It's going to roll dead down near the 20-yard line, and the lines are a little hard to see, but we're going to call it the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Mike, let's take a short break here. It's first quarter action. UT leads 6-0 with 6:21 to go. Coming back, 5, 3. We're back, and the Panthers take over at 1st down, 1st and 10. We're calling that their own 20-yard line. UT 20. Fullback Monty Turner up the middle. Kind of the same play UT opened the ball game up with, number 44 that time for Sterling. Really made a big stick that time on that running play up inside.
Yeah, Cam Dempsey, he looks like he's going to stick his nose in there and try to get inside and make some big hits, because you're going to have to slow down Monty Turner if you want to slow down the UT offense.
Well, we didn't play Sterling when I was coaching here, and you were playing here. We played LaSalle Peru quite a few times and before you played here. But when I was coaching in Kewanee, we played Sterling twice. And I know one thing: Sterling kids are going to hit you. They're going to hit you from the first whistle to the last whistle. They meant it. Some years are going to be bigger than others, but they're always going to hit you. Cercione. Nice run up inside by Turner. Runs over a couple players across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Enough for the 1st down as Monty Turner running wild inside. Wonder who said about running inside earlier. Who was it?
I think that could have been me.
That could have been you.
Well,
Nice
Jeff
call,
Van
Michael.
Horten was the man that took the blow there, and number 24, Steve Lindman, came up with the assist on the tackle there.
Well, when you got Monty Turner at 5'9", 233 pounds with great speed blasting up in there, and a line with Carton, Freeman, Smolinski, Schleter, and Brooks coming off that football, why not? I guess that's the question, huh? Why not?
UT should have 1,000 running yards tonight.
Well, that would be a huge game. Sweep, Lejeune, blockers out in front. Pretty good defense that time by Sterling as Lejeune followed the blockers, but a lot of gold shirts there that time.
A lot of gold. It was a good 4 or 5. I saw number 73 and the number 24, Steve Ledman, and number 73, Joel Adelino, in on the tackle there. But there was at least 3 or 4 other gold shirts around Lejeune that time.
Well, that was the old patented sweep, the Green Bay sweep, student body left, student body right, and there were a bunch of them there that time. Panthers going end over again this time to get some good blocking outside there. Sweep, Lejeune going to pass. Down the field. Oh, it's intercepted by Sterling. Number 40 picks that ball up. Oh, Jeff Van Holten on a halfback pass attempted from Lejeune to Jesse Schroeder. I almost forgot Jesse's name there for a second. And he was open for a second, but they weren't really fooled that time, were they?
No, well, Schroeder was behind the coverage. The ball was thrown just a little short, and Sterling did a real good job at the tip drills, number 24, number 40 there. Lindman and Van Holten ultimately came up with the interception.
Wow. Sterling's back with the football again. Offset eye, tight wing, sweep. Barajas on the carry, breaks a tackle. This could be a huge play. Barajas turns it on at the 40, at the 30. I don't think Lejeune can catch him at the 10. Barajas, touchdown, Sterling on a sweep play. Sterling on a 60-yard touchdown run. Sterling comes with an offset eye, sweep, breaks a tackle, and outruns everybody to the goal line, Mike.
Well, we said at the outset of the game that Sterling was known for their speed. Well, Barajas right there just showed you. He just showed you.
Talking to their folks here, he kind of has worked himself into that starting position. So Now you take a look at this formation. This is one of those formations where if UT doesn't put enough men over there to the far side of the field, they will snap the ball and run a fake. But UT's got it scouted very well. Sterling swings the gate back, sets up. The snap, the kick, Gomer's kick, line drive, but it's good. It doesn't have to be pretty, Mike. It just has to go over.
Nope.
Wow. Well, that kick is good, and with 4 minutes, 14 seconds to go, Sterling answers back, and they lead 7-6. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a minute. Match.
Yeah, but Abney tried to get after him, too.
That's mismatched.
Down a little bit, really going. Their heads are down. They're trailing 6.
Back in 5:48. This is a Family Ties production. Jim Sanders. And we got Mike Strickland with us tonight, back from a 1-week hiatus.
Right.
Matt Myers is doing the camera work tonight. And welcome. If you just joined us a few minutes late, why, it's 7-6 in favor of the Golden Warriors. We have 4 minutes, 14 seconds to go here, still in the first quarter. A lot of excitement here tonight. Gomer to kick off. Line drive, squib kick. Ernie Jack fields the ball nicely at about the 28-yard line. Hit hard at about the 32 or 33-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will take over.
Well, Coach, that was a good answer by Sterling there. They got back in the ball game and took the lead just to show UT that they're excited about this game, and they also are treating this as a playoff game this evening.
Well, and this is the way, and this is a playoff game, and that's the way it ought to be played. Isn't it fun to go to the 9th week of the season, have two teams still involved like this? So it's an exciting time. Well, Turner has been the man. Barajas has been the man for Sterling, and Monty Turner gets the ball again, brings the ball across the 35-yard line to about the 36.
Well, there's a host of Sterling tacklers in on that play. It looks like UT's still not going to abandon running up the middle. They'll take that 3 yards and because 4 3-yard gains gives you 12 yards, and that's good enough for a first down. We're all good.
First down, we still got the ball, and Barajas hasn't touched it. That's the key.
That's
we definitely do not want to have Sterling to have this ball very much. Again, Panthers wide receiver to the far side of the field. Ernie Jack in motion. Jack on the sweep. Student body left. Pursuit that time real nice by the Sterling Golden Warriors. Stopped at about the 38-yard line. Sets up a third down situation. Third, and let's say, we'll call it 6, Mike. 3rd and 6, a big play for UT.
That was number 22, Andy Ortman, in on the tackle there, bringing Ernie Jack down. A minimal gain, yeah.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, Sterling's running a lot of 4-man front this time, kind of offset. They don't have anybody over Carton at this moment, and they're doing a good job. Obviously well scouted. Obviously both teams have done a beautiful job preparing for the game. Sweep. DJ Williams this time turns the corner, marked that spot. Looks like UT. Yes, UT picked up the first down. And I'll tell you, I really like the way the Sterling kids that time recognized that Williams was in the game. I mean, you talk about good scouting and being ready, because as soon as DJ came in the game at that wingback spot, they're counting, they're pointing him out and everything else.
Yeah, and they knew pretty much, when he comes in, he's their speed guy, and, well, they gave him the ball, and it was kind of a little rough-nosed football there. Here's my guy. Here's where we're going.
Right.
Can you stop us?
Well, like I say, the good news is the Sterling kids knew he was going to get the ball. The bad news is they couldn't tackle him until they had the first down. So one up for UT in that regard. Williams stays in the ball game now for UT. Lejeune, the other running back, counter inside. Lejeune on the carry. Gets across the 45-yard line to about the 46. We'll call it the 46-yard line. And Lejeune does a nice job as a sophomore running that ball. And he's already shown that he can run the counter. He can pass. Wasn't a successful pass, but he can pass. He can run the sweep. So he's a great addition. He's leading UT in almost all statistical categories right now. So for a sophomore, the future looks very bright.
That's great to see one of the young men of United Township, taking a leadership role with this varsity squad. And, they went through some difficulties through the year, and he's really stepped it up.
He sure has. Well, it's a second down. 2nd and 8, we'll call it. Lejeune in motion. Turner off tackle on the straight dive play at midfield. A nice tackle out there by Sterling.
And that was a great tackle by number 24, Steve Ledman. He had to get low and take out the legs of that big guy. When what is it, Monty Turner?
Monty Turner.
He's how big?
5'9", 233.
No, 233 against 150, Coach. You got to stay low.
You got to stay low. it'll shrink your neck in a real big hurry. I'll tell you that. You may start the year at 5'8" and end up at 5'6" if you're not careful. Williams to the far side, 2 wide receivers, speed option, pitch, LeJeune, tough, oh, look out, great play by Sterling. UT goes with 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field, and all of a sudden, the pitch to LeJeune, and they did, the thing they did that time, they missed last time, was the last time UT ran speed option, nobody had Cercioni. That time they did, the pitch to LeJeune, and all of a sudden they're there, so well, great play.
That was a great tackle by Chad Ryan. He came in the game and made a wonderful cover there on LeJeune and brought him down the backfield for a couple yards loss.
4th and 7 for UT. The ball now at about the and Brokaw kicking towards the near sideline. That ball bounces. Huge hop. Got a chance to return it, and a nice tackle by UT. Penalty flag went down. I wonder what that's going to be all about.
Well, DJ Williams in on that tackle there. Great cover by him, and he had 2 men on him that he outran to get down there to make that tackle.
Ryan Patak on the return that time, and he's also a speed guy. As we talked to the Sterling folks here, he against Alleman, if my mind is working correctly here tonight, and I think it is, scored 3 touchdowns against Alleman in that opening game. So he's got an opportunity to do something. The flags were late, so we'll see what this penalty is going to be as they mark it.
The penalty occurred at 27. So
illegal procedure.
How they call procedure?
Offsetting penalties. Okay, we're going to go back and kick the ball again. UT had illegal procedure, clipping against Sterling on the return, and we'll see what happens with that particular situation. Sterling had the ball, at about the 30-yard line, Mike. So let's see what these offsetting penalties will do to the possession this time around.
Well, it gives Brokaw another opportunity to, stretch his leg out and see if he can get a nice kick in, and it gives number 10, Ryan Patat, another opportunity to grab that ball and go.
Well, he showed some good speed that time. Of course, UT speed man was after it.
Yes, he was.
Now, if they can find somebody to block Williams out there as a wideout on the far side, who knows? But on the other hand, if they've got a wall return, look out for that also. So UT will punt again. No flag on the snap. Kick away from Patak again, but he drops the ball. And Williams is there again, and it's a 5-yard difference.
5 yards.
5 yards is 5 yards, Mike. The same bodies were involved again. No penalty flags, and Sterling will take possession. I think if Patak could have caught that ball cleanly, he might have had something going because he was moving in the right direction. But then the ball gets away, and DJ all of a sudden closed in a real big hurry.
Ball bounced pretty nicely for him.
Well, first down for Sterling. UT has been forced to punt for their first time. So Sterling's had a 3 and out, and now UT has had a situation where they've had to punt the ball away, and each team's had a nice drive. 7-6, Sterling. 46 seconds to go here in our first quarter. Been a lot of action. Pro set, offset I by Sterling. Handoff, Barajas again. Not much room that time, but he's driving the pile backwards, so he gets the ball about the 28-yard line.
Ernie Jack was the first Panther in on the tackle, and then came the whole host of Panthers to clean up Barajas. They don't want him getting off for another 50, 60, 70-yard run.
No. And we discovered one thing early in that drive. He's faster than anybody we have. So obviously we can't let him loose. 19 seconds to go, and it looks like Sterling's going to try to run off at least one more play here before the end of the first quarter. Number 67, that's Seth Book, 6 foot, 210-pound senior, leads the Golden Warriors out. Offset I again. Bootleg pass, looking to go deep. Man coming across the mid. Oh, a nice roll. Look out. Monterez, the fullback that time, worked on the bootleg pass. You're either always trying to work a fullback through on that or a tight end underneath all that coverage, and he made a great catch. And we're at the end of the first quarter here, but Sterling moves that ball immediately into East Moline territory.
That's true, and that was a good job by Brokaw there, who was getting blocked by number 89, Bitroff, and Bidorf, excuse me, and he kind of pushed Bidorf back into the way of number 45 there.
Yep. Well, that helped. Let's take a break here. We're at the end of the first quarter. A great first quarter, a lot of excitement already. 7-6 Sterling. We'll be right back. Well, we're back again. This is the Family Ties Production, Channel 38. TCI's Jim Sanders with Mike Strickland tonight. Sterling Golden Warriors, as we start the second quarter, lead 7-6, and they'll have the ball at the 48-yard line, 47-yard line, we'll call it, of UT. Offset I again. Off tackle, Barajas on the carry, breaks a tackle, cuts back. Big pile of defenders there, and he gets the ball across the 45-yard line. So let's see where they mark that. Looks like at about the 43-yard line. A nice gain, Mike.
Well, Barajas cut back into a whole host of Panthers that were coming on the pursuit, but after he picked up a good 5 yards.
Well, let's take a look at that line and the offense basically for Sterling. Seth Book's the center. They've got Stang and Garcia at the guards. Megley and Loy at the tackles. Blendman and Bidorf at the ends. Patak is a wingback. Monterez is the fullback, and Barajas is the tailback. Fullback inside. Nice quick hitter that time inside, and Monterez carries the ball for good positive yardage and sets up a third down, a short 3 yards for the third down.
Well, he's tackled by number 60, Dustin Smolinski, in there holding his ground. But today, playing for UT on their defense, your ends are Schroeder and Seals. For your tackles, it looks like Doug Seals and Dustin Smolinski, and your nose guard Abney.
Quarterback sneak by Gomer as he blasted near the first down, but this is going to be too close, maybe too close to call here as the officials blow the play dead, and it's going to be very, very close to a first down situation.
And to finish out that defense for you, Monty Turner and Ernie Jack are your linebackers. Brian Lejeune, J.J. Brokaw are your safeties. Micah Edmonds and what is his?
I think Edmonds is, if they're playing 3 deep, Edmonds is the only.
They're playing 4 today. DJ Williams is also in there at cornerback.
Okay.
They've slid Brian Lejeune back to a safety.
Okay, very good. Well, it's going to be a measurement here for the first down situation. The guy on the far side of the field has got the 4th down marker up already, so he's had the eyeball on this thing, and he's correct, and it's going to be about half the length of the football, Mike, for a 4th down situation, and Coach Gomer's got a decision to make. Coach Gomer's talking to Tyler Gomer, father-son combination, and I wonder, and they're going to agree on a play, but I don't think they're going to punt the ball away right now. But the quarterback sneak last time didn't work. Matter of fact, he's over there talking to number 3. That's Paul Lindman, who's going to come in with the play. So Paul brings the play in. The Golden Warriors are going to go for it. 4th and short at the 38-yard line of the Panthers. Offset I, tight wing right, wide receiver to this side. Barajas across the 35, still alive, to about the 33-yard line, Mike, and well enough for the first down as they go to Barajas with the lead block by Juan Monterez, and Sterling picks up the first down.
Yes, once again, another good gang tackle by United Township. They slid into the double eagle defense there where they covered the center and the 2 guards, and they kind of left the tackles open, and that's where they ran.
That's where they went. Well, take a gamble. If they're going to try the quarterback sneak again, we can stuff it. We got a chance. So UT sets their defense again. The Sterling Golden Warriors leading by 1. Early second quarter action here from Soul Bowl. Straight eye this time. Power play. Barajas on the carry. Big pile there at about the 30-yard line. Short gain that time for Sterling.
Once again, there was another host of Panther tacklers in there, led by the line by Chris Pruitt. The Panthers are doing well with what they're doing. It's just that Sterling is producing a nice, long, methodical drive here.
They're doing a nice job. And sometimes, when you got a team with great speed like Sterling has, that can frustrate them a little bit. They're used to popping those 60-yard runs, 70-yard runs. And we'll see, though, they've shown great patience so far. Wide receiver to the near side, that's Lenman. Option play. Barajas behind him a little bit. There's a holding penalty out there, and a great play, no call, but a great play by the Panther defense.
That was a good tackle by Dustin Smolinski, and Brian Seals are there in on the play. It looks like the Panthers had that play covered, knew exactly what was coming at them, and had a man for every man running option.
Well, and there's a couple things there that right in front of us here, at least. The wide out, Steve Lendman had a hold of UT's guy's jersey, and the pitch was behind Barajas, which could have really been, that play didn't look like it was going to get much anyway. So it sets up a 3rd and 11 now. And we'll see what happens. Patak goes wide to the right. Bidorf, the tight end, to the right. Offset I by Sterling. Gomer back to pass. Straight drop back. Man open in the seam there. It hits 2 Sterling receivers. It was a choice. Bidorf had a good chance to catch it. John Over, the 5'9", 140-pound senior, had a perfect opportunity to catch the ball too, but no go, and it's 4th down.
Well, that was pretty good coverage by UT there. They dropped back in their zones, and everybody was in their zone except the 2 linebackers a little close together. That's what had made the quarterback double pump that ball first.
Well, real early, Bidorf hit the open seam out there. That 6'3", 185-pounder, he makes a big target. He's a tight end to the far side. Dropped back to pass again. Oh, it's a long throw, but it's going to be incomplete. Patak had the man beaten that time, but was overthrown. And on 4th and about 11, the incomplete pass turns the ball over to the Panthers, and UT's defense holds here in the middle of our 2nd quarter, Mike.
Right, U.T.H.S feel real good about that. They held on 4 downs there, and you know it's 4-down territory for Sterling there. That's kind of unusual this early stage in the game.
You bet, you bet. Well, nice job, and maybe we talked a little bit there about them getting a little impatient, and it kind of paid. They went to the option play and then 2 passes. Ernie Jack on a straight ahead play to the 39-yard line. Nice gainer on 1st down as the Panthers come off the ball in a real big hurry.
Well, it looks like the Panthers are still going to run that ball up the middle, find a way. If it's not Monty Turner, then they'll use Ernie Jack, or even with the sweeps, they've been running those inside the tackles.
Well, UT's got 4 good runners as we've added DJ Williams to the mix right now. Well, Joan they're both kind of the speed runners, slasher types, and you got Monty Turner and Ernie Jack are your power backs. So, and Cercione again is doing a great job. UT goes to wide receivers to the far side of the field. 2nd man through is Monty Turner. Runs over 1 man. To the 45-yard line, we're going to call the ball marked at the 46 and a 1st down for UT.
That tackle by Nick Green and Jeff Van Horten, you know, Nick Green took a very, very powerful hit right there, right to the chest. Ouch.
Well, Monty Turner comes out of the ball game on that play. In his place, I imagine they'll either go DJ Williams at fullback or Ernie Jack will slide into that spot. We'll see. 1st down UT. Williams will be the fullback. Jack and LeJeune are the wingbacks. Double wing, double tight. Fullback. Williams hit once, hit twice, spun around and thrown down for about no gain. If they mark forward progress, no gain.
Williams hit initially by Lindman, excuse me, and Ardman made the tackle.
Well, it looked like UT that time getting away from the wide receivers, went to 2 tight ends, 2 tight wings, and using Williams as the fullback. That's an opportunity maybe to pop it loose outside. And that was the idea. A great pursuit by Sterling. Shut down a good idea. Same formation again. 2 tight ends, double wing. Williams again hit hard near the line of scrimmage. Scrambles forward for a couple yards. And it'll set up a 3rd and long situation for UT.
Monterez, number 45, in on the tackle there. And it's 3rd and long for United Township, and they've been trying to run the ball up the middle, but in this situation, I think you have to abandon the middle and go find a little something to pick up the 1st down here, Coach.
Well, Monty Turner's getting a little bit of a rest there and a couple plays, so you know, that takes away the power inside. DJ gives you a lot of speed inside, but right now I think if you're going to get loose inside, now UT is going to go end over. 3 receivers this side, flood pattern. In the flat is LeJeune. Cercione, no place to throw the ball, and the whistle blows, and a loss of about 5 yards. UT comes out with an end over, goes to 3 wide receivers to the near side of the field. On the rollout, Cercione can find nobody open, and he's sacked for a 4-yard loss.
That was great coverage and also pursuit by Sterling. They brought the last guy on the line of scrimmage to chase the quarterback down, and they brought everybody else out into their zone.
They did a great job.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And again, I think well scouted. I think that's something that Sterling had seen on film, and all of a sudden they're going to jump right in it. Well, Patak is back, but he's not real deep. Bro caught a punt. Gets a better kick this time. He's going to kick it over Patak's head this time. That ball's going to roll down to the 10, to the 5, and Patak's going to pick the thing up, and he boots it. A fumble, and UT is on it at the 5-yard line. Mike, a huge break for UT.
Very huge. Jeff Freeman came up with the loose ball there, but Patak chased the ball back and thought he could pick it up and make some positive yards, and it kind of slipped out of his hands.
Wow.
And by the time it did, Williams was on top of him.
Well, I'm not going to say I know everything about coaching football, but I know one thing. Inside your own 10-yard line, leave the ball alone. And Patak makes a mistake there. Obviously, if he picks it up and runs for a touchdown, it's a great call, though, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's probably what he thought he was going to do. But UT now gets great field position. Carton brings the Panthers out. Cercione at quarterback. LeJeune, they got a wishbone from UT now. Power off tackle. Ernie Jack hit near the line of scrimmage, scrambles forward. Ball's going to be inside the 5-yard line. And it'll set up a second down situation. That time UT went to the wishbone using LeJeune and Ernie Jack as the running backs, and Monty Turner's back in at fullback.
Well, it looked like Sterling slipped into a 6-2 defense there, lining up and playing nose-to-nose goal line defense there.
Miles Edmonds comes in for UT, running a play in from Coach Tracy on the goal line situation. UT's been in the wishbone quite a bit this year and have done a good job with the power offense. We'll see what happens here. UT going to break that a little bit now, breaking the bone, going to 2 wide receivers. Seals to this side, Edmonds to the far side. Oh, good hard run inside by Monty Turner, but again, down to about the 3-yard line this time.
Yeah, it looked like Monty Turner was running more at an angle than straight ahead towards the goal line, and he got maybe a yard, maybe a yard and a half on that play.
By his path that time, gave you the look of a fullback trap inside, because you always want to bend in behind that guard. I wasn't in a real good position. Our view from here right now isn't real good, so your camera angle is a long way away also, but the way he ran it in there looked like he was cutting in behind somebody, either a cross block or a trap. 3rd down situation. We're going to call the ball at the 3-yard line, Mike. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Oh, motion back the other way. Fullback, Turner, near the goal line. Sterling holds him up, and he didn't get to the goal line, Mike. Going to be 4th down.
Well, Sterling's playing very tough goal line defense here on this. You know, even though there was a mistake made, it looks like their defense came out inspired, determined not to let them in the end zone.
Well, ball club that's fighting for their lives. They're out. They're giving it the best shot. UT's going to take a timeout, and Coach Tracy's going to go out in the huddle to kind of talk this over. But by the scoreboard, they're marking the ball at the 1-yard line. 4th and 1. And if you're going to be a 7-2 ball club, or in Sterling's case, you're going to be a 6-3 ball club, these are plays you've got to make.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, let's take a short break as Coach Tracy goes to the field. We'll be back with the 4th and 1 situation in just a minute. As Coach Tracy leaves the huddle, the Panther huddle, and heads back towards the sideline, the Sterling Golden Warriors have gathered on their sideline, and the decision's been made. UT comes out with the double tight end look, and they've got the wing left formation. Cercione hands the ball to Ernie Jack, stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and he did not make it. Straight dive, Ernie Jack did not get it, and Sterling, after the huge break for UT, recovering the fumble at about the 5-yard line. 4 plays later, that ball was at the 1-yard line, and Sterling has the football.
That was great goal line defense by Sterling right there. And for the young guys out there watching this game, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Well, they won the battle of the line of scrimmage. Because I'll tell you, Ernie Jack got a good surge, but by the time he got to that pile, there were all gold jerseys there, and the Golden Warrior defense made the play. And let's see if they can get the ball out deep in their own territory. Gomer to Barajas. Tries to get outside, but can't do that. Gets the ball out around the 4-yard line and gave the Warriors just a little bit of breathing room.
Number 6, Brokaw, and number 40, Monty Turner, is in on tackle there.
Well, that's always a tough decision back there in your own end zone. You know, when all your backs have got their feet in the end zone, it makes you just a real nervous. I know that. But they try to give the ball to Barajas, obviously a sure-handed player with great speed. If he breaks loose, he gets 99 yards. But he didn't. No. 2 minutes, 49 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Sterling, with the lead, could use a couple first downs here and get to halftime with the lead. Wide receiver to the near side. Straight dive. Monterez on the carry that time, and he brings the ball out for maybe another, let's see, they're going to give him actually no gain, at least the way they're marking the spot, maybe a yard. We're going to call this a 3rd down and 8, and we'll see what Coach Gomer decides to do here in a 3rd down situation. The clock ticking down, 2:16 to go. Second quarter action. Sterling leads 7-6.
Looked like Doug Seals was in on that tackle there, number 70.
Offset eye, Patak, the wide receiver. He's going to pass. Draw. What's the draw? Barajas on the draw. UT is there. Gets the ball back to about the 5, and that's going to be it. And the Panthers are calling a timeout. If they can get that called. And they do. UT takes a timeout with 1 minute 55 seconds to go. They'll use their second timeout here in this situation. But Sterling's going to be forced to punt. Let's keep it right here, Mike, and talk about how big the two defenses held up there in that last sequence.
Well, it was a huge, huge success for Sterling, stopping them from getting in the end zone. 4th and inches, and you hold them. That's a big upliftment for them. And then United Township turns right back around and to give their offense the ball back. 3 and out. They did real good defending the draw play there. Usually that's one that usually catch a defense sleeping.
Yep.
But they did a wonderful job, and now it's 3 and out for them. The defenses are looking real good tonight, and defense is what's going to win you the game.
You better believe it. This is, we kind of thought going in, if UT could eliminate the breakaway speed with Patak and with Barajas, then Sterling's not going to score a lot of points. And if Sterling can kind of shut off that middle a little bit and not let UT keep the ball the whole time, UT's not going to score very many points. So we're looking at a game right now where an extra point is the difference, and Sterling leads 7-6 as the Panthers finish up with their timeout. Coach Remmert comes off. He's a special teams coach, and he's got this set up. Are the Panthers going to try to block it, or are they going to go for the return? Good snap. Boy, LeJeune almost gets there. Back is Brokaw. The wall is set up to the far side. If he gets by one more guy, a big hit at about the, oh golly, that ball's down to about the 20, let's call it the 23, 4-yard line. First down for UT.
That was a great return there, and the tackle by Ryan Redfield, number 51 for Sterling.
Man, I'll tell you what, now great field position. We're going to mark that ball. Let's call it the 25-yard line. UT first down, 1 timeout remaining. Plenty of time here right now to keep this thing going. Cercione will take the snap. He's going to drop back to pass. It's a flood pattern. Looking for Jack. Can't find him. He's going to run. Breaks the tackle. Goes by 2 men, by the way, and gets down to about the 15-yard line. Cercione runs right through 2 tacklers.
Well, the Golden Warriors there missed a couple of key tackles. He ran kind of right through a couple arm tackles and finally got bumped out of bounds by number 4, Nick Green.
Well, I tell you, most of the people who have seen Cercione play this year realize that, a lot of quarterbacks, they come out there and they get bumped and they go down. Well, Cercione's, I think, got a running back mentality, maybe a fullback mentality, and those guys didn't even phase him. He went through those, and the good news for UT, he got out of bounds. A 10-yard gain, out of bounds. UT's got plenty of time to score here with 1 minute 38 seconds to go. Double wing, 2 wide receivers, motion, counter. LeJeune tackled real well, but is about a step away there at the 11-yard line as LeJeune from his wingback spot runs the inside counter.
Chad Ryan, number 2, was there on to tackle LeJeune on the inside there. LeJeune picked up a good, 3 yards, 3-4 yards on that play, Coach.
Well, UT's faced with a second down and about 7. Again, 2 wide receivers. Ritchie to the far side. Miles Edmonds. Pass. LeJeune wide open. Touchdown UT. Fake to the fullback. Monty Turner. Dump pass to Brian LeJeune for the touchdown. And with 1:10 to go in the first half, LeJeune scores for UT.
Excellent call by Coach Tracy. You run Monty Turner in the middle, and your linebackers suck up, and it leaves that void right there for LeJeune to slip through.
Well, it was a beautiful play. 15-yard pass play that time. And it was from Cercione to LeJeune at the goal line, and UT scores 12-7. UT will go for 2. Carton brings them out. LeJeune, Turner, Ernie Jack, sweep. LeJeune again, turns it inside, at the goal line, touchdown, extra point for UT as they get the 2-point extra point as LeJeune scores on the reception and scores 2 on the sweep, and UT leads 14-7.
Well, it looks like the Golden Warriors right there, they kind of ran out of gas on defense, and UT used a couple different plays when they needed them. It was kind of good timing with the play calling there.
You bet.
I commend Coach Tracy for that.
Beautiful job there. Well, you go back to the whole sequence. Sterling needed a couple first downs coming out of that. They make a great goal line stand. They need a couple first downs, use up the clock, move the ball out about 30, go in ahead 7-6. But they can't. UT's defense holds. 3 and out, good return, 25-yard line. Cercione on a 10-yard run. Cercione to LeJeune, and the Panthers are ahead. The 2-point extra point by LeJeune 1:10 to go, and UT leads by 7. What a major turnaround here right before half.
Yes, it is. There's a little momentum builder right here that UT, if the defense can hold the Golden Warriors from moving down the field real quick, and I'm sure they're going to come out throwing the ball, then they got momentum going into the locker room.
Well, they got Patak back there deep. Ryan would like nothing better, I think, than probably try to return something, make something happen. Ball's loose, however. And the up man gets the ball. That's number 2, runs into his own man. Chad Ryan kind of ran into his own man, and the ball was marked dead. We'll mark that at about the 22-yard line.
That was DJ Williams again on the great coverage. He's doing a real good job on the special teams coverage tonight.
He's a good football player, and you know I think he's learned some things this year. He's matured quite a bit. If he can just carry that on into the off season and into next year, he could be a huge factor in a team that I think will be one of the favorites to win the Western Big Six next year because of all these kids coming back.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Well, coming in out quick. Sweet, Barajas. Panthers are there quickly. Barajas makes a spin, makes a cut. First down, looks like. They're going to mark that. And a first down on, boy, Barajas. When he gets just a little crease, something good happens.
Well, Sterling's very disciplined. They had hats on hats that play. He got to run through a whole line of his own players.
That's good. And I'll tell you, it's not a first down, but it is a second down situation. The clock at 56 seconds here. Boy, Sterling is in and out of the huddle in a real big hurry. Now, wait a minute. They're going to stop things again. We're not quite sure what they're... Well, first of all, they're going to give... Now, they're going to need to do something here real quick. There's about 56 something ago. They started the clock, but they actually awarded them the first down. So that means you got to stop the clock. So we may have a little extra time on the clock here coming, but we'll see. They're talking a little bit, I think. Mike, the point I'm making is that if it's a first down, you stop the clock until you move the chains. But somewhere in the middle of that, they ran that clock.
Yeah.
And that clock went from 1 something to 53 something. And then I think Sterling is asking to see if we can get that. They're going to talk to the people upstairs here, and they're going to give some more time as the referee comes over. And Coach Rembert will make a call upstairs to our spotters, and they'll tell the PA guy and the clock operator exactly how much time we want to have. So we'll take a look. The clock says 54.7 right now. And we'll see. Coach Tracy's got a question, and they're going to see what happens. There will be some more time put on the clock here. We'll just see how much. 14-7 UT lead right before halftime. An exciting first half action. They'll make the adjustment.
You don't need a headset, just yell it up.
Go. We got our guys upstairs. We're listening to somebody, but not sure who. All of a sudden, Coach Tracy doesn't need the headset anymore. He'll just yell it up there. But it's still 54-7 as we start to snap there. Now they'll start the clock. Timeout needs to be called by Sterling. A big defensive play by UT.
That was a great play by UT. They strung that sweep out there, and they got one guy on the runner, and then the pursuit came in and cleaned up, just like you draw it up in practice.
Well, Sterling calls timeout here, Mike. This is, again, UT did receive the opening kickoff of the ball game, and so Sterling actually won the flip and deferred the second half, so Sterling will receive the second half kickoff. So, again, if Sterling could get there and if they can make a couple plays here and get points on the board, well, it would make a huge difference. But, again, even at that, UT's going to have to come out and start the second half and make a defensive stand right off the bat, or we're looking at a tie ball game. So we'll see, and the coaches are out doing their job getting the adjustments made right now.
Well, like I said, this is where the chess match begins.
Yes, it does. And it carries right into halftime. That time the officials, as a referee, indicated upstairs, don't start the clock on the snap. And they waited, and all of a sudden the play was about halfway over, and all of a sudden he started to wind that clock, and that's when they started the clock upstairs. And that's why the clock went from 54.7 to 50.3 in the middle of a sweep play that took more time than that. But Coach Segura is out there with the defensive unit. Of course, UT's coaching staff this year has just done a tremendous job. Mike Tracy, obviously, his record speaks for itself, a great football coach. But he's got working with him Ernie Jackson, John McCormick, Chad Rembert, and Fred Segura. And what a good staff that has become as Coach brought in a couple new guys this year. Pass, looking to go deep. Yeah. A wide open Patak. UT's there. Oh, a nice play back there by Brokaw. Perfect. Played it deep as the deepest and broke back to the ball. He just didn't catch it.
Well, that was good defense in the secondary by UT, but we didn't get any pressure on the quarterback.
No.
The quarterback had all day to stand back there and pick out his receiver, and it looked like he had a choice of receivers running down the middle on the right side
I'll tell you, the guy that still scares me, and I hope it doesn't happen throughout the course of this ball game, but their tight end, number 89, that's Pete Abidorf, has been open 2 or 3 times already. And again, he's 6'3" and weighs 185 pounds. And he was down the field a long way draw. Barrages. UT is there on a great play. That sets up a 4th down. That's going to be 4th and about 9. So as the clock runs down 32 seconds, we'll see when the officials mark this for the start of the 25-second clock. He marks it right there with 22 seconds. Sterling will not have to snap the ball.
Number 60 Smolinski and 84 Seals in on that tackle there, and it looked like the running back had a little room to run there, but they closed it off very quickly.
Well, we're at 8 seconds. I don't think they're going to come out of the huddle, and let's see if Sterling can get this play run here. They better hurry, but I don't think so. 2 seconds, 1, and that's the first half. So Sterling did not have to run the play because the official marked the ball ready for play with 22 seconds to go, and you have 25. So we've come to halftime in a real exciting ball game, Mike. UT leads 14-7. What do you think?
Well, then we'll just have to wait and see what the first couple of series in the second half will tell the tale of this game. And right now, UT has the momentum. Let's see what they do in the locker room.
Well, let's take a break. We'll be back with second half action in just a minute. We're at Soul Bowl, Week 9. 2 playoff teams potentially in this ball game. UT leads 14-7. Well, we're back here after halftime, and at the halftime tonight we had a beautiful band performance. The cheerleaders did their thing, recognized the senior, not only the senior football players recognized tonight, but we had the cheerleaders, and then the band and their performance recognized their seniors. So very special tonight, and you know, again, a great tribute to these kids who spent a lot of time and energy in the football, the cheerleading, the band programs here at UT. So we're ready for second half action as the teams are ready to roll here. What kind of adjustments, Mike, do you think we need to make here tonight to get this ball game headed the way we want it to?
Well, honestly, I think that we just need to make sure that we're wrapping up on our tackles. Okay, we can't let those little speed guys get out there and get around us.
That's true.
And we got to get some type of pass rush. If we don't get a pass rush, the quarterback can eat us up.
Yeah, I think so too, because he did have receivers open. I think a couple times he overthrew the tight end in the flat one time. I think he had him open in the seam when he tried to go real deep, and the ball was overthrown there on a 4th down situation. So if they can make some adjustments, and obviously the kid's a good athlete, I think you're right. Well, we're going to start the second half here with UT kicking off, and Brokaw will do the kicking. UT has been using the squib kick as an attack weapon here in the kickoff game, and we'll see as Brokaw kicks off. Little pop kick heading towards the out-of-bounds area. Picked up back there by Sterling, going all the way across the field. Cuts it up inside a little bit. And number 29, that's Frank Lopez, the 6', 175-pound senior. Ran Mike about 38 yards and gained 3, I think.
Well, you know, but at least he's good and tired, Coach.
For UT, that's the good news. Well, let's see the adjustments made. I think I agree with you. I think Sterling's going to have to be a little more consistent with their side of the game, a little more consistent getting the ball to Barrages, and if Gomer can just find those open receivers a little bit quicker. I think he's had the guys there. He's thrown the ball a little bit off timing. Barrages, the first carry here, comes across the 30-yard line. Mark that ball at about the 31-yard line. It'll set up a second down situation. We'll call it second down and 8.
It looks like Ernie Jack and it looks like Pruitt was in on the tackle there.
That defensive group from UT has done a nice job this year. And then I credit a lot the defensive scheme. That 6-2 has been good tonight, as you mentioned. They've come away from that a little bit, played some more 4-man front. But the big thing is you got to drop your defensive ends off and play on the outside receivers a little bit. Quarterback on the keeper, looking to throw the ball. Fullback's wide open here in the flat, set up in an open pocket real well, and gets that ball across the 45-yard line. Let's call it 45-yard line. A Sterling first down.
Well, that was pretty good coverage by Brokaw there, who came up and made the tackle. But they found the soft spot right there, and the quarterback touch passed it right over the linebacker, and first down Sterling.
Well, a lot of your teams are running what we'd call option routes, where that in this case, the fullback, Monterez, finds a spot, and then he just gets open, kind of like basketball. You know, you don't stand right in front of somebody in basketball to get the ball. We'll do the same thing here. So he found an open spot, caught the ball. Bootleg pass, looking to go across the field again. Over the middle, almost. Monterez again, and Monterez appears to be, along with Patak, appears to be one of the primary receivers for Gomer in the passing game here for Sterling.
Well, an adjustment that UT has made in this 4-3, they've dropped number 60, Dustin Smolinski, back to be a third linebacker. And he tipped the ball there, and that was a real good reaction to the ball by Molinski, who usually plays in the nose guard.
Right.
So.
Well, it's hard, and it is hard along the way to cover the wide receivers and the type of offense that Sterling throws at you with the 6'2 defense when you only got 3 defensive secondary guys. And also they're able to keep their defensive guys in there. For example, Seals is able to stay in there and play as a down lineman, so that helps too. Drop back pass, screen coming, middle screen to Monterez. Finds an open spot. Nice, he's going to go. Monterez, a great block downfield. Monterez, oh, nice play. Edmonds, a beautiful play as he stayed after Monterez, and the tackles made it to 13-yard line.
Well, that was an awesome screenplay that they set up there, Coach.
Middle screen, Mike.
Yeah.
You know what? As a coach for all those years, the one play I hated the most, middle screen. You know why I've always hated it? Because if you got just one defensive lineman taking a loaf, he's standing right in the middle of your play. And it seems like it always happens. But the Panthers, they don't take a loaf.
Nope.
And that a good call.
Very good call.
Give credit to Sterling on that one. So, we're going to mark that ball at the 13-yard line. A great touchdown saving tackle by Miles Edmonds. Offset eye, tight wing, fullback with the ball, nowhere to run. UT is there, and they're there in a big hurry.
Yes, they were. And that was the brothers, Brian and Doug Seals, in on the tackle.
Put them in shoulder to shoulder. Don't mess with those guys. Well, I'll tell you what, right now it appears as though Monterez is the guy they're going to want to take over. And he's running the ball. He's the number 1 receiver, it appears like now. And so the good news is that UT's finally stopped him one time. So we'll see where Coach Gomer goes now on that. Monterez is a 175-pound senior, and he's a workhorse right now. So. But he lost the yard that time. UT did a nice job. So we're running the offset eye. Gomer is reverse. Coming this way, Patak. Good hole, he cuts inside. Patak at the 10, and a good tackle by UT at about the 8-yard line. Maybe let's call it the 8, Mike.
All right, we can call it the 8.
Okay, what do you think we're going to call that? Let's call it the 8. Okay, what do you want to call it?
The 8.
Okay, we're going to call it the 8.
But that was Edmonds and LeJonen in on that tackle on the 8.
I'd call that the 8, Mike.
Okay. So it's 3rd and 5.
Although on the scoreboard, they call it the 9. But you and I both know where that ball's located right now. It's the 8. It's 3rd down. We're on this one. 3rd down situation. And about 5 yards to go. Gomer back to pass, looking to throw. Guy in the flat. UT is there, an incomplete pass.
Well,
4th down situation. Go ahead,
that was
Mike.
good coverage by Ernie Jack there. He saw the tight end come out, and he went to follow him. And a little earlier break on the ball, he might have had a chance at an interception.
You're actually right. Bidhorf that time was the intended receiver, but that faces a 4th down situation. So the big play by Miles Edmonds as he ran down the running back from Sterling. Monterez is looming real large right now as UT may come up with a goal line type stand here. The ball at the 8-yard line.
Sterling had this drive set up on the
In the backfield now for Sterling. They've got Barajas and Monterez. UT, they thought they had UT offside, but they didn't. Quarterback on the keeper, throws it. That's incomplete. No flag, and UT is going to take over. And I'll tell you, right now, I like the thought because Sterling comes out, they go on 2, they get UT to move, but they didn't move far enough to get into the neutral zone.
Well, yeah, number 72 was the one that jumped there, but he wasn't far enough in the neutral zone for anybody to pull a handkerchief, so we're all
Abney's off the
good.
ball a little bit. Watch the ball. His movement didn't put him there. Well, UT takes over, and remember right, history repeats itself. We hope not, because on the last goal line stand that UT made, Sterling wasn't able to move the ball. So
Right.
we're hoping UT right now takes this ball and takes it right down the field. Fullback inside, a good quick hitter out to about the 10-yard line. Monty Turner on the carry that time, and UT picks up a quick 2 yards.
And that was a good tackle by number 75, Josh Burris.
Well, I'll tell you, UT did a beautiful job there, making a defensive stand, and we'll see if Sterling's got a shot to make this happen.
Excuse me, number 75 is Brian
Megley.
Megley.
Yep, we'll try Megley on that one. Hope we're right. Wide receivers left and right for the Panthers. Miles and Seals. Option play. Cercione cuts it. Ooh, big hit, and I think that tackle stopped Cercione short of the first down.
That was a big hit by number 24 right there. Number 24, Ledman.
Yep, he's a big hitter. 3rd and about 1. They're going to mark that ball. So let's see what UT can do with it. It's a long one. Yep, especially if we started at the 8-yard line. 3rd down. In the ball game for UT is number 80. It's Jesse Schroeder. Brings the play in from Coach Tracy. Critical early 3rd quarter call by the Panthers. 3 receivers to the right-hand side. Monty Turner, the lone back. Handoff to Turner. He breaks clean. Runs over at least one man out to the 25-yard line and a first down for UT.
Wow.
That's really all you could say, Mike.
It really is. I mean, it was a great, ambitious, play for the young man to fill the hole there, number 22. But Andy Arthman.
Boy, there'll be some headaches on that bus ride home tonight, I'll tell you that, as Turner blasts up inside. Richie comes in with the play for UT. And it's going to be first down for UT, and they're starting to build that field position game with 7 minutes, 14 seconds to go. UT leads 14-7, 3rd quarter. 2 wide receivers for UT, double wing. Motion. Quarterback with the ball. Cercione, nice cut across the 30. Mark that ball at, let's see where they mark that thing, at the 30, right on the 30.
Well, it's number 22 again, Orthman with the tackle.
Play selection by Coach Tracy right now is just outstanding. They're coming off the football well. I mean, there's no guessing now. I mean, you can't play a guessing game because if every time you guess, why Turner's got it, then all of a sudden Cercione's got it on the option play. We haven't seen the sweep yet, and we'll see what happens here. But it's 2nd down. As UT gets to play in the huddle, in and out of the huddle quickly for UT. That offensive line doing an excellent job again. We've got Carton at center with Freeman and Smolinski at the guard, Schleter and Brooks at the tackles. Monty Turner stops short of the first down by at least 2 yards, maybe 3. So sets up a big 3rd down situation for the Panthers.
Well, that was a good defense up front by number 75, Megley, to trip Turner up.
Yep. Well, that's the way to get Monty. I mean, if you don't get him early, and of course, I've watched him play for 2 years now, and I keep wanting to get his tail up in that stance just a little bit. He's sitting down there in that stance a little, and I do think it takes him several strides to get himself going. And if you can get him somewhere near the line of scrimmage, he's a lot easier to tackle than if he gets up out of that stance and down the field a little bit. So UT's going to try to pop somebody clean. What play do we have from Coach Tracy at this point? Option, Cercione, the option play, the pitch. Lejeune drops the ball back there. And UT, and look, I tell you, it was a great play. It was a great call. Joanne just hit me in the back here, Mike, because you know what play she doesn't like?
The option.
She didn't like the option real well, so she just hit me again. So it happens. That's why, guess what play we hardly ever ran?
The option.
The option. We know who's boss. The UT's going to be forced to punt, but the call was good. I mean, it was wide open to the outside. Lejeune would have picked up the first down, I'm sure, but it's a 4th down situation, and UT has to punt. Patak back to receive the kick. Brokaw to kick. Ernie Jack on the snap. Nice punt this time. Patak on the run. Makes the catch at the 45 midfield. Outruns the Panthers twice. Man, he ran it back all the way to the first down marker, Mike.
Wow, he was very explosive.
I hope your TV screen didn't burn out on that one because he ran really fast getting down that sideline.
Well, that was a good punt return there for the Golden Warriors. Very positive. Looks like, we're having some positive things happen for United Township.
Yep.
And then Sterling comes back with some positive things. And this is right now shaping up to be a really good finish.
It's going to be a great finish. Don't leave. There's no World Series game to watch or anything else. So don't even think about it. Barrages on the carry, and UT is there. UT has solved that particular play. Hasn't hurt UT in a long time.
Well, the key to that play right there was Monty Turner taking on the lead block and stuffing it in the hole.
Yeah. Well, you know it's going to happen. I mean, there's some misdirection plays out of the eye, but predominantly the fullback's going to take you to that play, and somebody's going to have to be man enough to step up there. And the fullback for Sterling is a big kid, and he's a strong kid and looks like a pretty good blocker. So we're thinking that Monty did his job, obviously, that time, as you've got Monterez and Turner going out. Now, straight eye formation this time. 2 receivers to the near side. Bootleg pass. Gomer, guy coming across. Looks to throw. Yeah. Now, that can't be a real good pattern. There's something wrong with that. We had for Sterling, we had Monterez that time, and number 3, that's Paul Lindman. They're standing right next to each other.
But, Coach, I've noticed that even when they ran that play, probably last series, driving down the field, they keep having the fullback and one of the tight ends or split ends. They were very close together.
Yep.
I don't know if that's drawn up like that.
It could be. And if you're running option routes and you're looking for soft spots, but maybe these 2 guys do end up pretty close together in the same hole. But again, UT, after giving up the good-looking punt return, has forced Sterling into 3rd and long. 3rd and 9, the ball at the Panther 32-yard line with 31-yard line. And we'll see. Offset eye by the Golden Warriors. Drop back pass. The guy's open in the seam. Gomer tries to run, can't get loose. Panthers are there, and 4th down.
Beautiful tackle by Brian Seals there, and DJ Williams came up to assist on that tackle.
Well, Sterling's kind of forced into a tough situation here. They got the ball at the UT 33-yard line, so you're probably not going to punt the ball away, but if UT can make a play here, UT is going to gain something in that field position game, and that may make a huge difference with the Panther offense.
Yeah, it could. It could open up some of the play calling because their back's not up against their wall, and, you know, that option play looked real good, that call, Coach.
You bet. You bet. Number 22 is bringing that play. That's Andy Ortman brings the play in. He comes here as a wide receiver to the near side of the field. Tight end to the far side. Wide receiver to the far side. Gomer back to pass. Sets up. Looks down the middle. Got a receiver open in the middle. Big tight end's overthrown, but then caught by the Sterling receiver. Number 89, Pete Bidorf, deflects the ball and right to his own man. That's Andy Ortman, the 6'1", 160-pound. Okay, maybe that is the play.
Maybe.
If you can't catch it, I'm going to be here to catch the ricochet.
The tip drill.
I haven't been to a clinic in a long time, but I hadn't seen that one drawn up yet. But no matter how you cut it, Sterling has the ball at the UT 8-yard. It's at the 8-yard line, Mike.
The 8?
We're calling it the 8-yard line.
Okay.
1st down and goal for the Golden Warriors. Tight wing right, sweep. Oh, he's going to pop to the outside. Look out. Corner. They're not going to give it to him. He's very close to the goal line. It looked like he had a chance to get in there. Alex Barajas that time, the 145-pound junior speedster, did get the ball to the outside, and the ball is marked just short of the goal line. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. This quarter, Mike's pretty much been all Sterling. The good news is they haven't scored yet.
That's true. UT has been able to hold up and hold them, keep them out of the end zone. Let's see what goes on here.
Gomer, Barajas, he's in. Not by much. It wasn't one of those dive overs. It was like, I'm going to sneak in here and go back the other way in a hurry. Barajas that time scores for the Sterling Golden Warriors, and that brings the score to 14-13 as Sterling sets up for the extra point. And again, we talked earlier about this swinging gate type formation that Sterling will run on their extra points. And a few fans that haven't seen this a whole lot, and some of our conference teams do this too, but if UT doesn't shift with those guys over there, that center can flip the ball out there and they can run a running play off of that. Gomer, the snap, the hold is good. The kick is blocked by UT, and a big play on special teams again as UT blocks the low kick. Gomer's kick did not get up in the air last time very far, and this time they got to it and blocked it.
Well, that was excellent execution there of the punt bar, the extra point block by United Township. They got a good push up in the middle, and they had 3 or 4 guys that were there to put hands up and get that ball blocked.
Well, and like I say, the kick before, Mike, was real low, and that one looked lower yet, but it had a little more on it, but it wasn't very high when it went. I think it's one of those situations in practice when your center snaps it, you want him ducking. You know, it's one of those situations. But UT, again, makes a good play in their special teams. And this, again, if you get to a game like this one, somebody's special teams are going to make a great play. That might have been the one right there. We never know. So Sterling now will kick off, and UT's offense needs to come back because I'm just going to make a prediction with 2:12 to go. 14 points is not going to win this football game.
No, sir.
Sterling will kick off. Gomer has been doing the kicking off for them. He kicks off. He punts. He plays quarterback. He's got that ricochet pass down where he throws it to one guy who tips it on to the next guy. So he's a multi-talented kid. So back for UT, we have Brokaw and Williams. Sterling will get ready to kick off. And as has been the pattern, he's probably going to squib the ball, so the up guys, the guys in this first line out here around the 33-yard line, are more than likely going to have an opportunity to run that ball back. We'll see. Gomer prepares to kick. Line drive kick. It goes on back. Williams feels the ball real well, pops it to the outside. A good tackle there at around the 30-yard line.
And that was a good job of fielding the ball by Williams. It was like
Really
he looked like a shortstop there.
Lopez made the play that time, I think, for Sterling. Did a nice job there, too. So, good field position, not great. 30-yard line. This whole quarter seems like it's been played in UT territory, though. So, the Panthers would like to change that real quickly here. So, let's see what can happen. A couple, 2 or 3 first downs here may make a world of difference. Carton brings the Panthers out. Quickly up to the line of scrimmage. UT's running very tight line splits as they have all year long. Sweep. LeJeune hit around the 30 and tackled on the 30-yard line. No gain. Actually a loss that time by maybe a yard.
That was number 73, Joel Attalino, who made the tackle. He kind of followed the play right down the line and caught up with LeJeune right there. Well, I guess they didn't take a yard away from him.
Well, as we've seen over the years, the Sterling teams have had big kids and decent speed. And this year they may not be as big, but man, they sure run to the ball well. And unless we can get Monty Turner loose in the secondary, we can run over those DBs. They're pretty tough up front right now. Defensive unit is pretty solid. Quarterback option. Cercione cuts it up across the 35, tackled at about the 37-yard line. Paul Cercione on the carry.
And he was met by the linebackers, number 44, Dempsey, and number 55, Walsner.
Yep. What's the big play, Michael? It's a big play here. 3rd and about 5. Okay, as UT gets the play in the ball game, Ritchie brings the play in the ball game. Cercione to make the call. If the Panthers are going to win some part of the field position game here, they're going to have to get a first down here pretty quickly. Ritchie flanks wide to the far side of the field. Double wing, motion, counter back inside. LeJeune not going to get it. UT went with the counter play, an attempt to fool that Sterling defense, but there were more gold shirts there than there were black shirts that time.
Yes, that's true. The defensive end, Matt Mosner, is the one that made the tackle. He's very disciplined. He came down the line of scrimmage, and that was a good play.
Reading his keys. Reading his keys, and that's the key right now.
Well, could this be 4th down territory?
This is a 4th down situation. No, the UT will punt the ball away here, although you've always got the fake situation, but we're ahead by a point. We're ahead by a point. So UT to punt the ball away, 12 seconds to go, and UT will have to punt the ball before the quarter runs out. Wind is no factor tonight. It's probably, 45, 50 degrees out there right now. Brokaw kicks the ball away from Patak this time. Patak does like to get fairly close to that ball and take a close look at it, but UT will down the ball at about the 26, 27-yard line as time runs out here in the 3rd quarter. Well, Mike, we're going to take a break as the Panther fans begin to cheer, get fired up here. The Sterling Golden Warrior fans are getting motivated because we're going to the 4th quarter in a 14-13 game, and we'll be right back. We'll talk to the reporter here in the press box from Sterling. He's telling us this wasn't actually a fluke play, Mike. They'll do that, and it does make some sense. The old tip drill, might as well tip it to one of your own guys, huh?
That's true.
Yeah. Straight dive play and no place to go inside. What a huge play by the defense by UT that time.
That was number 70 and 72. Abney and Seals in on that tackle right there.
Dustin Abney he's done a nice job throughout the course of the year. He's been a big factor. He's played really with a cast on his arm and played hurt a good portion of the year. But man, has he been a factor as the Panthers have got better and better. Of course, Doug Seals has been a force in there, but all those defensive linemen for UT have just battled against bigger guys all year long and have held their ground and done a beautiful job. And here it sets up a 2nd and 10. Tailback. Garages, that ball looked like a ball was loose for a second. He was just looking to get loose himself, I guess, but a short gain again.
Well, it looked like you had Monty Turner and basically half your defensive line in there on the tackle.
Yes, they were. Well, and now you're looking for a big third down play, and Sterling has kind of, over the years, been one to go up top and throw the ball down the field. And I'm sure Coach Gomer and with Tyler at quarterback are not going to change that too awfully much. We still got the draw and the screen possibility, but look for that ball to go down the field. Panthers are bringing linebackers. Gomer back to pass. Receiver open in the middle. Throw. Oh, UT was there with great coverage that time. As number 89, Bidor curled that ball into an open area. UT dropped 2 guys right to that spot.
That was Monty Turner and Ernie Jack that was there on the break up that pass.
Yep. Well, there's your 3 and out. And here we go with the Panthers looking to get real good field position here. The ball, they marked that ball at the 27-yard line. It's a 4th down and 9. UT with Brokaw back at his own 40-yard line, and we'll just get a look here. Good snap. Panthers come with a little force. That kick's kind of short. Going to land at about the 50, but a good roll. The ball rolls down to the 30, to the 25, and a nice friendly roll there for Gomer. And the ball will be marked at the 25-yard line, and UT's going to take over. So 10:24 to go, Mike. One of these 2 teams is going to have to step it up and move that ball down the field. Might as well be the Panthers. What do you think?
I'd love to see that. But, you know, it's just whoever's going to make that move, and it looks like we're going to play the field position game here. You start from your 20 or 25, or
yep.
I'll put you at your 20 and your 25. Who can drive the ball?
All right. Well, that time on a friendly roll, the big shift in field position. So UT is going to have to move that ball out of their own territory. Pass, look out, deeper field position problems for UT as Cercione is sacked back. They're going to mark that ball at about the 13-yard line.
It looks as though Sterling brought a blitz, a corner blitz by number 24, Lindman, and he was all over Cercione when he turned around.
Well, Cercione, by the time he turned around, it was all over. It's just hang on to the football. Paul has done, from the start of this season to this very minute, has done a great job of that. If there's a problem, he makes something the best he can out of it. In that case, we just don't fumble. That's all. The Panthers come out now, long yardage situation, double wing. Monty Turner up inside and nowhere to run. And Sterling's getting real tough inside the tackles right now, Mike.
Yeah, I think Sterling has basically decided they're going to take away Monty Turner running inside.
That's right. That's right. Well, UT's tried, you know, Coach Tracy and his staff, as far as play calling is concerned, they've tried about everything they've got. Now, there's probably a player or 2 on that sheet that Sterling hadn't seen yet. And then maybe we're getting fairly close to time to see that. All again, when you're ahead 14-13, you don't make any huge mistakes down here deep in your own territory. But we're looking at 3rd down. They'll call that 23 yards to go, 3rd and 23. Double wing. 2 wide receivers for UT. Cercione option. Going to keep it himself and makes a little bit out of that. Runs across the 20 to the 21. Gets the ball back fairly close, 4 yards short of the original line of scrimmage. So Sterling is going to come out of this with any luck at all with great field position.
That's true. And if Patak could get that ball on the fly again, it could be kind of dangerous.
Well, he's scary. I mean, even though he's laid one on the ground his own 5-yard line, he's scary there too. But he's scary right now as UT sends the punt team in. Panther defense is going to be asked to do some more work. 8 minutes, 30 seconds to go. There's a lot of time left in this football game. Brokaw back to punt. Monty Turner in front of him. Nice snap. Kicks the ball off to the right. Patak right to him at the 49. He drops the ball again. But he recovers it at about the Panther 43-yard line. Kicked the ball right to Patak, and the coverage was there.
Number 83, Ritchie, in on that tackle there.
Well, we'll take a look at this Sterling group again now. That offensive line with Seth Book, the 6', 210-pound senior at center, Stang and Garcia, both over 200 pounds at the guards, Megley and Loy, 265 and 200 pounds at the tackles. Gomer's going to pass, looking for the wide receiver. Penalty flag down. Gomer on the run. Seals after him, and is Monty Turner. Penalty flag down at the 50-yard line.
Great play by Monty Turner that time to trip up the quarterback as he was rolling out. And Seals was there also as pursuit to keep it contained. Looks like UT's playing pretty disciplined right now.
Did a nice job there. Holding penalty going to go against. It's going to be a holding penalty and going to walk him back 10 more yards from the spot of the foul. So I'm assuming UT is going to take this penalty. Going to walk that back 10. They're going to decline the penalty. UT is going to say, okay, we got him for 6-7 yard loss. But the logic there would also be you get another 10 yards tacked on back here, so you'd set up a first in about forever.
Yeah.
Okay, but the UT says we'll take it. We got a negative play against them. Let's play defense from here. But the bad news for UT is that it appears as though Sterling's capable of hitting for those long strikes. So an extra 5 yards, 10 yards may not make any difference. But it's a second down situation, and UT needs to hold again. Wide receivers, left and right, offset I. Attack on to the right side here on a slant pattern in the seam. Going to go up top. Long bomb. Lejeune is there. A nice defensive play by Lejeune. Perfect defensive secondary play for Brian Lejeune.
Lejeune did a wonderful job there. He fit into his man, and he turned around, looked for the ball, got his hands up to make sure the receiver couldn't get that clean.
No way. That's right. Absolutely no way the Sterling kid could catch that football. He was in perfect position. Coach Rembert, who's joined our staff this year, and I get a chance to be with him every day. He's just done a magnificent job with that defensive secondary. This is the best in my 20 years here that our defensive secondary kids have played. I'm not necessarily saying these are the best players we've ever had. I'm just saying they play defensive secondary play better than any I've ever seen. So for whatever that's worth, I don't know, but that's it. But it's a third down situation.
3rd and 17.
Drop back pass. Lots of protection. Guys over the middle. UT's right there. Monty Turner with the intercept. Turner could go. Penalty flag down. Turner gets the ball back to about the 43-yard line. Turner was wide open, and Gomer found a way to hit him.
That was beautiful. Turner had a beautiful cut on the ball there, made a great interception, a beautiful return for a few yards, and now we got to see what the penalty flag's about.
Now it's probably going to be something. It was thrown after the interception, so it's probably going to be clipping against UT, and it is going to take away the great field position, but it gives UT the ball back, and still they're going to have decent field position. So it's UT ball, and they'll take that ball somewhere about their own 35-yard line. And now time is starting to be a little bit of a factor, 7 minutes, 16 seconds. So UT has the potential of using most of that, scoring a touchdown by who knows. So let's see. First down for UT, and the ball at their own 35-yard line after the Monty Turner interception and the 15-yard clipping penalty on the return. Now we'll see if that offensive line from UT can rise to the occasion one more time. Wide receivers, left and right, wing, backfield. Cercioni hands the ball to Turner on the power play. Monty Turner, ball is loose, and Sterling has the ball, but let's see if he was down. Sterling, ball on the fumble by Monty Turner. UT wants that ball marked down. The officials are not going to call it that way, and the fumble by Monty Turner after the interception gives Sterling the ball back at the UT 38-yard line.
Well, that's a big break for Sterling there, Coach. You know, they got out of a close one there, and there's still a good 7 minutes left, so a lot of game left to be played.
Oh, heavens, yes. As we mentioned, 7 minutes to go yet. UT turns it over. UT needs to make another defensive stand. Gomer at quarterback, ready to call the snap count. Offset I for Sterling, the sweep. Barajas makes a cut. If he gets back through there, slips down just a little bit. Penalty flag coming. We're going to get a penalty call, I think, against Sterling here. Coach Tracy's trying to help as much as he possibly can, but that flag came from the center of the field. Clipping against Sterling. Going to be from the spot of the infraction, so it's still going to be good field position for Sterling. You're going to have coaches out on the field asking a couple quick questions like who did it and did he ever touch him and why did you call it? You know,
True.
Those kinds of things. But they're going to mark that off, and it's going to be first down again, and the ball will be at the UT 44-yard line. So again, Barajas on a good carry that time, and as he tried to cut back, evidently looked like one of his guys was coming to help block, and they called a clip against Sterling. So Sterling, again, still with decent field position, but it's going to be first down and 15 now. And 15 yards has been hard to come by for Sterling here after that one long run, or the one long pass. So Sterling has 4 downs to pick up a first down here. Offset I.
Sets him down. Tyler. running
Option. Tyler Gomer, nice run, picks up a good bunch of that, and he gets down to about the 32-yard line. Tyler Gomer on a nice run off the option play, faked the fullback, ran the option, and picked up nice gain that time.
Lejeune and Chris Pruitt was in on the tackle there, but as after the quarterback picked up a good, it looks about 9 yards on that play.
Nice gain. Now it's second and about 5. We'll call it second. The board says 4. We'll call it second and 4.
All right.
Okay. And the Golden Warriors now playing for a playoff spot. Score stays the way it is right now. Sterling's going to stay home. Sweep. Barrages. Cut back. Across the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. He's going to get close to that first down marker. We're going to see as the officials unpile and mark it here. Going to be third down, Mike.
Yes, it will. And that's good. Actually, Monty Turner was in on that tackle. He did a real good job. I think he reached out and grabbed the ball instead of the man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, sometimes if you get in and get a piece of that ball, it takes away a lot of the incentive for that guy to run with it very much. So, but I just soon see him. I don't want to say hit him with that helmet because that's not legal. But if he get a good shoulder pad on that guy, I'd like it a lot better. I think that's the way you separate that guy from the ball. But they're going to measure close enough, and Sterling has got an opportunity now to make up for the clipping penalty, and that mark is going to be just short. We're talking about half the distance of the football, Mike. Third down and less than a yard, 5:46 to go. This is getting exciting.
Yes, it
Blood pressure check. You all right?
Yep.
You okay? Check it out.
Yeah.
You're okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead then. It's 5:46 to go. Where else can you have this kind of fun on a Friday night or at home watching it on Tuesday night?
Right.
So you guys out there, most of you already know what happened. That's the problem. We don't know what's happened yet, so we're ready to roll here. As Sterling comes out, a huge third down situation. Gomer at quarterback. Watch the quarterback sneak. Nope. Barrages. Nice inside there. Looks like he got room. There's a penalty flag down, though. And it's probably going to be motion because if it was against UT, it would have to have been, the play would have been stopped initially. So it's back. It's a motion penalty, and that changes the whole outlook here.
Yes, it does.
Third down and inches will be a third down and 5 inches. Okay.
We'll call it 6.
Okay.
All right.
You want to call it 6?
Yeah.
We'll call it 6. After they get done marking, it better not be like 4. I've noticed occasionally in games where, a 5-yard penalty can vary like a yard. Depends on where you're at.
Well, if you're at home or not.
Yeah, that's right. And I'll tell you what, it went. That's as long a 5-yard penalty as I just seen. If those markers over there are correct. But anyway, 2 downs for Sterling to get the first down. Let's see what Coach Gomer calls here. He's got motion outside again, and all of a sudden they better have a play where they can get 3rd and 10 now and inches, huh?
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you, that's a huge play on the outside, especially if it's a running play and you got a wide receiver leaving early. That just kills you.
Well, it seems right now that Sterling is having a couple of mental, we'll call them pauses.
Sure.
Okay, they haven't kept their concentration in the last couple of plays, and now it's a fight with the coaching staff to see if they can get that mental focus back with this offensive team because they had been moving the ball very well.
Exactly
and
right.
they were doing some positive things.
Exactly right. And again, if you're going to be a playoff team, you got to eliminate. We're in game 9 now, and this is a real tough situation. But again, it's 4 down territory, so 3rd and 10, little over 10. Back to pass, draw, fake draw. Guys open in the seam, wide open in the seam for a first down. On a nice catch down there, a beautiful seam route down. He was wide open early. And Gomer found him.
Now, it's a pretty good tackle by Lejeune, but the ball fake there, Coach had
That was excellent.
Out.
Me too. I was calling draw, but I'll tell you what, and that holds those linebackers. And the linebackers are really the only guys that can run up underneath that. You can't expect your DBs to be in front of that, or else they throw the ball over your head next time. So a huge first down play now for Sterling. Sweep. Barrages cuts it up inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. 4 minutes, 28 seconds to go here as they unpile.
Looks like Ernie Jack and Brokaw and number 70 Doug Seals in on that tackle.
Well, I'll tell you, the UT kids are not going to give up. There's no question about that. They're going to hang in there. They're going to hit you every snap. Barrages that time came away. Oh, holding penalty against Sterling. and everything's going wrong right now.
There's another one of those mental breakdowns we were talking about, Coach.
Well, we had no gain on basically on that run, but it's going to be a 10-yard penalty marked off against Sterling. You know UT's going to take that one.
Yes, sir.
Well, and now you start talking about last-second situations, 4:28 to go. If we're playing Rock Island, for example, then you expect Tubbs to be kicking a field goal in a situation here. So far, Gomer has had a little trouble getting that ball up, so I'm not 100% sure how many field goals he's kicked this year, but it would not be a sure thing. Let's put it that way. If UT can hold and force a field goal attempt here late. But for Sterling, I'm sure they're going to want to use as much of the clock as they can, put the ball in the end zone, and get out of here with the win and be in the playoffs. The clock's running, 4:13 to go. It's first down, 1st and 20. Tyler Gomer back to pass. Receivers covered well by UT. Throws the ball. UT should get this one. Brokaw has it. Brokaw back to the 15-20. 25 knocked out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. The only open guy out there was Brokaw, wide open, made a great catch and returned the ball. And I don't know if the all-conference team's been put out or not, but if J.J. Brokaw's not on the all-conference football team, there's something definitely wrong, because he's had an outstanding season from game 1 through game 9, and including last year. He is an all-conference player for sure. Gomer on the throw, ill-advised probably at best.
Well, I think that he kind of thought he could throw the ball a little further than what he did, but Brokaw sat back there and waited to see where the ball was going to go up and broke back on it, and that's what the 3rd interception tonight.
Well, UT, good run by Ernie Jack, and UT now is going to say, okay, let's pound it at you. 3 minutes, 48 seconds, and counting. UT on a big, about an 8-yard gain on 1st down.
Coach, this is a gut check for United Township. Their whole destiny is right here within their hands. If they keep the ball, move the ball, get the clock to run, they can handle the business and go home happy.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. And 7-2. It's been a long time since UT has had a 7-2 football record. Well, let's see. Carton brings that group out. And again, that's a neat group of kids in that offensive line, and UT is just flying around, getting off the ball. Linebackers coming. Ernie Jack on the carry again across the 40 to 41, and more importantly, 1st down UT.
Well, number 55 was in on that tackle, Jeff Walzner, but it looks like United Township's found a way to find them a play where they're going to get some creases in the line there, and to get past the down lineman and into the secondary. Every time you get to the linebacker, you're dealing with at least 4 yards off the ball.
Well, and you're giving the ball to Ernie Jack. He's a power runner, keeps his shoulders level, a good body lean, covers the ball well, drives in there. So worst case scenario, you're going to get yourself a decent gain out of it. Now that UT is going to go to 3 receivers to the far side. Monty Turner, the remaining back. Turner on the carry, a good hard run. Can't stop him until he gets across the 45 to a 46-yard line. UT on the move, 2:34 to go.
Well, it looked like 75 Megley was in on that tackle.
Well, we got what we talked about. Now, you know what we talked about earlier? 14 points may not be enough to win. It might be enough to win. I hope it is enough to win, tell you the truth.
Dust it off a little.
Well, UT now with a 2nd and 6, 2 minutes, 11 seconds to go. And that clock right now, if you're Sterling, is just flying by. You can't figure out how that clock can go that fast. Wing, backfield formation. Ernie Jack, look at that offensive line, blow those guys out. Ernie Jack went about 7 yards down the field before he found anybody in a yellow shirt, a gold shirt, and another 1st down for UT.
Well, it looked like number 44 Dempsey, number 24 Lindman, and number 22 Arthman was in on that tackle. And yes, it was 7 yards, 8 yards. Great line surge by United Township. Like I said, a lot of pride right here in this drive.
You better believe it. Fans are watching this on your TVs now, and obviously are, otherwise you wouldn't even hear us say this. But as you're watching this, just take a quick look and watch those black shirts come off the football. That's Carton, Smolinsky, Freeman, Schleter, and Brooks, and watch them come off that football. Boom. Ernie Jack to the 45-yard line of Sterling.
Sterling's decided to go ahead and start blitzing their linebackers in there to make it a little harder on that offensive line. But to this point, the offensive line has taken over the line of scrimmage and been pushing people around.
And they're bringing guys. I mean, it's not just like they're blocking the 5 down linemen. They're blocking linebackers too. Well, Sterling's going to use the timeout. We're going to keep it right here because we'll talk a little bit about the last couple sequence here where UT has dodged a couple bullets. They've Sterling hurt themselves, had 2 or 3 motion penalties. They had a clipping penalty after a nice run, and threw the long pass on an early down situation where if you could pick up a couple first downs, you got a chance to kick a field goal, win the ball game. But the key now is UT is using the clock and winning the neutral zone, and they're going to win themselves a football game.
Well, I think Coach Tracy, at least with the last couple series that he saw out of his guys, has issued a challenge, you know, and it's been to the guys up front.
That's right.
Can you move the ball?
Yep.
You know, if you're going to go to the playoffs and you're going to do well, you got to move the ball.
Right.
And you got to win the line of scrimmage.
Well, and this is the game that sets up your first playoff game. No matter who that is, you're going to have to win the neutral zone. These kids, you know, they're not the biggest line in the world. We can talk about it in a minute. Brooks is 6'2", 185-pound junior, and he may not be that big. Freeman's 5'11", 190. Carton's a sophomore at 5'11", 185. Smolinski's a junior at 200, and Schleter's a junior at 245. He's the biggest kid they have in there, and UT is coming off the football. Quarterback keeper, Cercione, across the 45 to about the 43-yard line. Sterling's going to use another timeout.
A little quarterback sneak, but it didn't really fool Sterling. They had a host of players in there. Actually, it might have just Cercione maybe didn't pause enough.
Yeah, I think
it
so.
looked like they were pursuing and kind of ran into him.
Yep. Well, they got Sterling's in a situation where they need to make one more defensive play. You know, as it's 119, a first down in two plays here. UT won't have to run anymore. They can drop on the ball, and Sterling will be out of timeouts. But a stop here, then UT's going to punt the ball away, and Sterling with that pass offense, anything can happen. They can get the ball back. So
that's true. But it'd be
some decisions, huh?
Be a lot of field to cover if they did get the ball back.
No question about that. No question about that. Well, we'll see as UT Coach Tracy goes in the huddle with his kids. Again, he's talking right to the linemen. He's right in there talking to those offensive linemen. Guys, this is the key. Get in there, get the job done, protect the ball, running backs, blast one through here for a first down. Let's see what happens. Sterling's back on the field. Coach Tracy leaves. Coach Gomer's over on the far side discussing why they got 5 penalties on their last drive. Well, one of them is because your wide receiver left about 2 counts early. That's one. I don't know about the rest of them. Third down situation. Sweep. Williams on the carry. They got the ball to the 40-yard line, and Sterling will use his last timeout, and UT is going to be forced to either A, go for it on 4th and 3, or punt the ball away, Mike.
Well, that was a pretty good positive play there to give the ball to Williams, and he got broke a couple good tackles with the spin.
Yes, he did.
And, you know, gained a positive about 3 yards there.
Right. Well, what do you do, Mike? 4th and 3. Sterling has no timeouts. You can either run a play, try to get the first down, and make them go 60 yards, or you can punch the ball down there. But you give the ball to Patak, and that could be a danger to do that. But maybe end up with the ball maybe 80, 85 yards away from a touchdown. So it's a tough call for Coach Tracy. I don't think it looks right now like the punt team's coming in the ball game. So I think the question's been answered, except that UT's got the fake.
That's true.
UT's got the fake.
But if
Monty Turner is the short man in this formation.
I don't know. I'd go for that, Coach. I mean, we just picked up a good 4 yards on that sweep. I'd run the same play.
Your other option, of course, Mike, is to send the offensive group right back out there real quick, go on 2 or 3 or 4. Remember, your team was a little sharper than some of the times we coached some of the guys. And I tell you one thing, sometimes we go out here, we're going to go on, we're not giving you a play because we're not going to snap the ball. But we're going to come out here and maybe go on and hopefully draw you offside, which would be a first down. But UT set up in punt formation. Coach Remmert and Coach Tracy are talking about it. Monty Turner is the up back. Watch that. Make sure that snap gets past him. Punt from the ball snapped from the 40-yard line, 4th down and 3. Brokaw. Good snap. No fake. Line drive kick's going to roll out of bounds at about, let's mark that, going to roll that ball out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So UT gains a plus 20 on that, and that extra 20 yards may make a difference. Sterling with 1:07 to go and no timeouts.
That's a big thing there, no timeouts. You know, once we start the clock, the only way they're going to stop that clock is an incomplete pass or getting out of bounds.
A lot of pressure on that defensive secondary, but I tell you what, as we always told you guys in the trenches up there, you can help this tremendously. Get that quarterback's face. Well, here come the Sterling Golden Warriors. They need a drive. Draw play. Nice run. Can't get out of bounds, though. That's the only bad news, is as UT makes a great play. Barajas was stopped after about a 5-yard gain on the draw.
And then that was a good play by
trying to hurry to get the play called. 50 seconds to go. UT's defensive secondary is going to be challenged. Gomer back to pass. Fake the draw. Throws the ball across the middle. Right to UT. A great interception as UT runs the ball back. Dustin Smolinski, our defensive lineman turned linebacker, intercepts the ball, and UT will win, Mike.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big down for UT there.
Oh, what a win.
They held tough against the draw play and sat in there and waited on that. Stopped them inbound. We kept the clock running.
I'll tell you what. Evidently, our guys run better routes than Sterling's kids, because we got in the way of a couple of those patterns that are just wide. We're wide open out there. Smolinski on one and Monty Turner on one. 2 huge interceptions. UT just needs to kneel on the ball. All they need to do is kneel on the ball and let the clock run. 35 seconds to go. They'll have to snap it one time if we're lucky. If the officials do this right, it's only going to have to snap the ball one time. Let's see when the officials mark the ball ready for play. Hasn't done it yet. Marks the ball, ready to play at 22 seconds. UT does not have to snap the ball again, Mike.
All right, all right. A big win for United Township, and they're very happy on the sidelines there, going crazy. A little momentum builder here. And now they're guaranteed to be in the playoffs and get a real nice seed.
Well, and I tell you, it's just a fabulous season for Coach Tracy, his staff, all those folks that have put in their time, the kids, the effort. Not many seniors on this ball club, but they gave UT great senior leadership. And I'll tell you, what a great sight to see UT at a 7-2 record. And, you know, they've only lost to Moline, who's only going to have 1 loss, and Rock Island, who's UT did a job of beating the people they should. I honestly feel that looking back on the season, the way these kids developed, Sterling was a question mark game and Richwoods was a question mark game, and they won a 5-4 team to a 7-2 team. Mike, what do you think?
Well, I think that, first off, I just want to congratulate United Township and Coach Tracy. They're in the playoffs. That was their goal when they set out. They accomplished that goal. Now they're going to regroup and set a new goal for the next, 4 weeks here. It's obviously elimination. You lose, you go home.
Right.
But I'm sure they're excited and thrilled with what they've done, and I just want to congratulate them, and I hope they enjoy their victory tonight.
Well, I do too, and I tell you, it's been fun watching this team play. Coach Tracy and his staff have worked tremendously hard. I want to give Sterling credit. They played a very good football game tonight. They came out, they played hard. They made a few more mistakes than UT did, and UT took advantage of a couple, but it was a great football game. Well, UT plays on. Sterling to go home. They had a lot of young kids, so they'll be back. Be a great game next year, but for UT, now you wait for the phone call, it used to be a phone call. Now it comes out through the internet, I suppose. So,
yes, sir.
So it'll be on the internet tomorrow, and we got to get an update because I don't have a clue how that thing works yet. But anyway, UT will play on. More than likely, it'll be a road game, and we'll see. Again, this is Jim Sanders with Mike Strickland. We've had a great time bringing you the ball games. Our plan is to do some playoff games if we can get spots in press boxes and things like that next weekend. But it's been a great treat to bring the games to you. This is TCI Channel 38. It's a Family Ties Productions. And for all of us involved in this programming, thank you very much for watching.
Have a good evening.